Trisha, you might want to step away from your camera. He's a little too...
Ew.
Relevancy, Your Honor.
Looking out for her safety.
Yep.
Do you personally...
Hiding.
Do you personally know any judges, attorneys, or court personnel?
I think.
Personally?
Personally?
Nah, I don't think anymore. I don't think at all, actually.
Okay. Have you ever been victimized by the defendant?
Fuck, I wish.
Lucky
Order in this court. There will be decorum.
Okay, I'm sorry. I wish.
Are you...
The non-decorum part, Muse. Pay attention.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Don't hit me again, please.
Can I continue, or am I going to be interrupted again? By Muse.
I'm sorry.
Not the judge. Have to clarify on that. I'm a little scared of the judge. Are you a member of the crosswalk?
Yes.
Just a question from, I see in the comments. Muse, are you sober?
Yes. I wish I wasn't, though.
Okay. Do you have a personal opinion about the defendant?
I think he's a, I don't know now. No, I don't have an opinion. No opinions.
There's a first for everything. What have you seen, read, or heard about the defendant?
That he's a pretty good-looking fella.
I'd like to also mention that he was described as a scruffy-looking nerf herder earlier.
He can beat my Chewbacca any day.
Do you or someone close to you have any direct connections to these events?
No.
Is there any reason why you cannot serve on the jury?
No.
Okay, no further questions.
Thank you. Nicholas?
Muse, do you ever imagine dragons?
All the time.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know.
Do you think that aliens avoid Earth because they're scared of us, or because they just can't find us on Google Earth?
No, I think aliens avoid Earth because they think we're stupid.
If you were to cross into the state of Kansas, perhaps, and see a welcome to Kansas sign, do you think you would feel welcome or suspicious?
I don't believe Kansas exists.
Interesting. Is a border real if you can't see it, or just a mood ring for geopolitics?
I feel like it's like the invisible wall in those early 2000 video games, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can no longer progress, you know?
How do you feel about souvenirs?
It depends on what the souvenir is.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Wait, question for the defense. I need some more clarification on that, just for me. What do I think? What does he think about giving souvenirs or receiving souvenirs?
The souvenirs.
Oh, okay. All right, I rest. Oh, real quick. Muse, are you in contact with the defendant?
Muse?
Okay.
Please answer the question directly.
If you want, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't mind, taking him out on a nice date,
Well, I'm just curious, Your Honor, because the defense, the accused, the guilty, donated for us to free the Scot. Now, Muse, what is your origin, your country of origin?
Scotland.
Would you refer to yourself as a Scot?
Yeah.
Okay, no, nothing further. Your Honor.
Can you prove that Scotland is real?
Sadly, no, I don't think I even exist.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know, right? Do you want to make out?
Interesting.
All right, we're done. We're done with this, Scott.
I just wanted that in the record that
In the record.
that Izzy bribed me to free the Scott. Just
That was live action Shut Up Muse.
that was. W in the chat real quick to Joanne, who said, it's been a bad day, thanks for the laugh. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you for being here, because we would still be laughing, but then the rest of the world would miss out. So we are glad that you are here.
Your Honor, I would like to request one more person to come up to be a potential juror.
Who is that?
Naquan.
I accept this notion.
You accept? Thickles, do you have any objections? Were you planning on calling Naquan as a witness?
I have no objections.
Excellent.
Good evening.
Hello, Naquan. Thank you for your service. Hope and Thickles will have some questions for you. Hope, go ahead.
Can you state your name or username for me, please?
Naquan.
Are you at least above the age of 18?
At least, yes.
Okay. Have you ever served on a gingerbread court before?
No.
Do you personally know any judges, attorneys, or court personnel?
I know you?
Personally?
No.
Naquan, you seem a little nervous. Is everything okay?
You can't handle the truth.
That's not your line.
Have you ever been victimized by the defendant?
He redacted me once.
Okay. Only once?
I believe it only been once.
I'll take the record, Your Honor.
Are you a member of the crosswalk?
No.
Wait, what?
Why not?
that's
Yes.
someone change that, please. You have a personal opinion about the defendant?
He looks guilty.
Okay. Have you seen, read, or heard anything about the defendant?
He didn't take Brett with him on his trip.
Interesting. Words getting around. Do you or someone close to you have any direct connections to these events?
No.
Okay. Am I...
We've lost the prosecutor.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Is there any reason why you cannot serve on the jury?
No.
My final question is, can you speak about your affiliation with Hotbox, please?
I plead the fifth.
No further questions.
Accepted, Thickles.
Interesting. Do you believe that Wi-Fi is a tool or a ghost that lives in your router and judges your browsing history?
I love the accent.
He definitely judged my router history.
I don't want to interrupt. May I ask one quick question? Mr. Naquan, did you fix your answer when you said that you were not a member of the crosswalk?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just double checking. Carry on.
Clocks.
Blocks?
Interesting. If somebody claims that they've never eaten a gas station hot dog, are they lying?
They're lying.
One final question. Will you please explain your affiliation with Hotbox for the courtroom?
I plead the fifth on the ground that I may incriminate myself.
Interesting. Interesting.
Any further questions, Vic?
No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay, Naquan, thank you for coming up.
I have a question.
Okay.
Hey, Naquan, can you tell me about your affiliation with Hotbox?
Please, just rest on the ground and make incriminate myself.
All right, thank you, Naquan. We'll let you know. It's not you, it's us.
Maybe it's a little bit you.
It's not us, it's Hotbox.
Okay, so Hope and Thick, we have had Miss Pickles, Professor Alex, Belladonna, Erica, Naquan, Muse, and I'm missing one. JC.
Did you mention Todd?
And Todd. Oh, Christ. We've been doing this a long time already. So, because the burden of proof is on the prosecution, Hope, I'd like to ask you first, do you have a strike that you'd like to use?
Muse, please.
Okay. Muse has been removed from the jury pool. Do you have...
I don't think I'll be able to follow anything he says.
I think that's fair. Do you have a second strike that you'd like to use?
Not at this time.
Okay. Thickles, do you have a strike that you'd like to use?
Naquan.
What grounds?
All right. On what grounds?
I don't believe he can be impartial.
Okay. And would you like to use your second strike now, or would you like to wait?
I'll wait.
Okay. Hope, who is your first selection?
JC.
Thickles?
Todd.
No. Do you accept JC, or do you want to strike?
JC was... Who called him a scruffy-looking nerf herder?
That was Belladonna.
Okay. No, I have no issues with JC.
Okay, so JC is our first juror.
W for JC.
Hope, who is your second selection?
Professor Alex.
Thickles?
I have no problems with Professor Alex.
Okay.
W, Alex.
Hope, who is your third selection?
Belladonna.
Okay. Thickles, do you have any objections? That is who called him a scruffy little nerf herder.
I will use my second objection for Belladonna.
Okay. So who does that leave us? That leaves us Todd, Erica,
Pickles.
and Miss Pickles.
I'd like Erica, but I want her to be able to go to bed at a reasonable time. So I'm gonna have to go with Todd.
You picked Todd. Thickles, who would your final selection be?
Who else do we have left?
Todd and Miss Pickles. And Erica.
Erica recused herself.
Oh, okay, so Todd and Miss Pickles.
Todd.
Okay, so that will be our final juror. Puff, can you add them to the deliberation channel? Please.
And me, Puff, because I just want to watch.
And we can open the deliberation channel after the trial, after the verdict.
That's true. All right.
So JC, Alex, and Todd, you are our jury. So you'll stay down in the chat and pay attention. And as we come to a close, you will be tasked with coming to a decision.
When does Mr. Coleslaw, our bailiff, go in? He's confused right now.
Oh, anytime anyone gets out of hand. I have a feeling it won't take long.
Cole, if you want to request up, and Sim, since jury selection is over, we're going to drop you down and put Cole in your place.
He's striving. Good luck. Okay, bye.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Before we get started, is my mic louder now, or is it quiet at all? Do I need to grab my clip mic?
I think it's good.
I think it's good.
Okay.
I have headphones on those, so I'm not a great judge of it. So.
Okay.
You're just on my phone in the speaker, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Knowing me it's fine is kind of hurtful.
That means we know you're gonna get loud. Somebody said I was told there was gonna be cake. You can't handle the cake.
Is gingerbread not good enough?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Alrighty. Are we all ready to begin?
I think we're ready. So, Thick, I know you want Addie up. And Hope, who did you say you were bringing up?
Actually,
Miss Puff.
Oh, Miss Puff.
let me.
But we'll have to slide them in and out just for the to keep one box specifically for
The witnesses.
yeah.
Addison, I added you on Discord because I wasn't friends with you beforehand.
Nicholas.
Yeah, I'll drop and come back up so that I can be in the box above my client.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so as soon as Thick gets back, it will be cameras on.
I would like to request that I be given a few minutes to be able to turn my camera on so that I can finish eating.
Okay, you can turn yours. I'll give a little intro, and then Hope and Thick will introduce themselves quickly, and then you can turn your camera on, and we'll start with opening statements. Is that fair?
That works.
Yeah.
Okay. So, thank you everyone for joining us today in the first Crosswalk Gingerbread Court. I am very certain it will not be the last.
We believe in double jeopardy.
So, the charges, so today our defendant is Izzy. He has 47 other names. I don't remember them all.
If you don't mind, Judge, it is Haiti J. Shia Jeff K. Pop, named the third.
Thank you for that. And Izzy has been charged with treason, abandonment, and dereliction of duty, based not only on the incidents of March 18th, but on several previous incidents. So today, he will be represented, and we also have our prosecutor here. Both our prosecution and our defense do have trustee assistants that they can bring up if necessary, as we need them. Each will have the opportunity both to present witness statements and live witness testimony, as well as any evidentiary exhibits that they want to share. The prosecutor has the burden of proof in this case, and thus will lead us off. And Nicholas each will have the opportunity to cross-examine each other's witness. To our jury, we thank you for your service. Please pay attention and feel free to use the jury deliberation channel in Discord to discuss amongst yourselves.
And the rules,
Yep.
too, if you don't mind.
Yeah. So rules for today. Listen, all redacts are still in play. It is $40 to redact any lady on the panel. It is $20 to redact anyone else on the panel. That includes myself, both the prosecutor, the defense attorney, the defendant, and any witness or any assistant that is on the panel. If someone is in the middle of giving testimony, the redact will wait until they're finished, and then they will be redacted. So do not be shy. This gingerbread would be very happy to have to rejoin over and over and over again. All right, Hope, can you just do a quick 30-second intro?
But real quick, before you get into that,
Yeah.
W to Vince, for the tent, Vince, I will message you, bud.
My name is Hope, or my username is Rusty Trash Goblin. If you don't know who I am, that's your problem, not mine. That's all I have, Your Honor.
Nicholas, 30-second intro.
Nicholas C. Esquire, representing Your Honor. That's all.
Excellent. Who are you representing?
We'll be representing the defendant, Izzy.
Is
Is
that
he-
his
are
full
you-
name?
I will be representing Haley, JD, Shia, Jeff, K-pop, Osmond, Isabella III.
We got a new name.
Okay. So we're going to get ready to start opening statements. You still got a little bit longer. But there are some requests in the chat, so we'd like to do outfit reveals on the big screen.
Okay.
So I'm going to turn it over.
That as part of our opening statements.
Yeah. So Hope, are you ready to give your opening statement?
I am.
Okay, we'll put you in the big screen.
Okay. Let me. Hello.
Well fucking played.
I'm not done. I thought we were dressing up, so let me just fix this real quick. Hold on. That's not a good idea. I had this all played out in my head. But, maybe not taking off my clothes in the middle of
a live,
of a live, maybe not be the best idea.
You get points for the Spider-Man in my book.
Thank you. If we ever did Fortnite, that's what I would be wearing.
Let's go.
I just want to point out, if anyone does get this live taken down, taking off their clothes, you are the next on trial.
Much better. All right, I'm going to try doing this without laughing because it's me. My name is Hope, or Rusty Trash Goblin. I am the district attorney for Crosswalk County. This is my counterpart, Miss Puff, is in the chat, and we are the prosecutors on this case. Your Honor, theys, gays, and gals, today we are charging Haley, JD, Shia, Jeff, K-pop, Osmond, Isabella III, or nickname Izzy, with treason, abandonment, and dereliction of duty. Today we will prove beyond reasonable doubt that Izzy, if that is your real name, is an unfaithful, unsupportive, double-dealing compadre with witness statements and testimony from some of the most familiar faces in the crosswalk. When you hear these testimonies from your fellow peers, it will stir the human heart. You are going to feel like you're there, that you're going to see it, you're going to feel it, and you're going to experience it. As the crosswalk community, we have a personal responsibility to speaking up when we have seen this kind of injustice for so long. More importantly, we have an obligation to each other. Not that Izzy knows anything about that. But that is what we are going to prove today. Members of the jury, the witnesses, and evidence that will be therefore presented before this court will attest to the accused crime and will leave no doubt that the accused deliberately committed these crimes. Is he guilty? Yes, but that's for me to prove. Prosecution rests, Your Honor.
Thank you. Nicholas, we're going to put you in the big box. Are you ready for your opening statement?
I am.
Please proceed.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we gather here today in these hallowed halls of justice because of nothing more than conjecture. My client is a man of questionable priorities, no doubt, but undeniable charm. Stands before you accused of crimes so absurd that you'd swear this was a circus and not a courtroom. Treason, abandonment, dereliction of duty, these are not just words. These are accusations that strike at what it means to be a responsible citizen. Now let's talk about my client. Yes, he may have ignored his responsibilities from time to time, but haven't we all? Does that make him a traitor? A deserter? Or does that just make him simply human? We live in a world where reality and simulation blur so seamlessly that we can no longer tell where one ends and one begins. If my client is guilty of anything, It's of engaging too deeply in the simulation we call life. And is that not what we're all doing? Think on that, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's not forget the context here. My client wasn't plotting to overthrow the government. He wasn't abandoning his post in a time of crisis. He was trying to achieve what we all strive for in life. A little bit of joy. A little bit of escape. And for that, he's being dragged into this gingerbread court. For that, he's being accused of crimes that would make Benedict Arnold blush. It's absurd. It's ludicrous. It's a little bit funny, if we're being honest. So, as we embark on this journey together, I ask you to keep an open mind, to question what you think you know, to remember that perception is not always reality, and to consider the possibility that my client is not a criminal, but just a man who simply got caught up in the game we call life. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicholas. And I think it's only fair to our jurors and to those here in the courtroom that they get to see our defendant. There he is, ladies and gentlemen.
Get it.
Hello.
Love the suit. Love the suit.
Oh my God.
Oh, this is great.
Okay, here we are. All right. So, Hope, is the prosecution ready to present their case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
I will have to keep my camera off for when I read witness statements because they're on my phone.
That's totally fair.
Okay.
Do you want to start with written statements, or do you have any witnesses that you'd like to call up first?
I'd like to call up Chicky.
Chicky, get in the request box, please.
Chicky, thank you for joining us. Do you swear to tell at least some of the truth part of the time?
Hold on. It just affects me. Hold on. Okay.
Take a moment to gather yourself. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Smell the flowers. Blow out the candles.
I'm okay.
Now, do you swear to tell at least some of the truth part of the time?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay.
Chicky actually had written a witness statement, but I had to come up here and be brave in this moment. So I'll allow her to read it.
So, Izzy's consistent disregard for the cross community feels like a betrayal. By choosing to ignore us, he's not just distancing himself, but also breaking the trust and connection we once had. His silence leaves us feeling rejected and undervalued. Sorry. Making it clear that he no longer cares about the bond we shared. It's disheartening to see that someone who once was part of our community turned their back to us this way. That's it.
Moment to compose herself.
No, that's all I have to say.
Smell the flowers, blow out the candles. Have you any questions for this witness?
No, I think that was beautifully spoken.
Any cross-examination?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh.
Chicky, where were you on the night of March 14th, 2025?
I was playing with I was playing Repo.
Were you? Were you playing Repo on March 14th, 2025?
If I recall correctly, yes.
That's interesting, Your Honor. I would like to present Exhibit C to the court.
I've reviewed.
March 14th, 2025, 7:55 p.m. Brett asks, "We doing Repo?" Chicky responds, "Sad stitch emoji." Brett Cross replies, "Well, Chicky, that was your decision. LMFAO. 7:57, Brett Cross announces she can't play tonight. So again, Miss Chicky, where were you the night of March 14th, 2025?
I do remember now. That was a Friday. And I just came back from military duty. And we went out for my mother's birthday. I do.
Interesting. So you were abandoning the cross community to spend time with your mother.
Listen here. I was with my mom.
Objection, Your Honor. The witness
Order
is
in the court.
hostile.
Restate your objection.
The witness is hostile.
Permission to treat her as such.
March 14th, you abandoned this community, Chicky.
I had permission.
Did you? I see no such permission in the chat. It's not in my logs.
Your Honor, I would like to also interject that Nicolas Cage is yelling at a woman during Women's History Month.
It's been
I'm a
noted
gender
for the record.
abolitionist and a man from the South dressed up with a large mustache. I'm Nicholas C. Esquire. Thank you very much, and I'll have you direct me as such. March 14th, 2025. Did you or did you not abandon the community?
It's not an abandon.
Did you or did you not abandon the community?
No.
Interesting. I don't recall playing Repo with you that
I
night.
answered all my messages in time and
Interesting.
excused myself.
You didn't excuse yourself at all. You abandoned us. I strictly recall Brett Cross making the accusation that you had
Your Honor,
abandoned us, Miss Chick.
Objection. He's making this personal.
Relevance, Your Honor.
I haven't ruled on her objection. Sustained. Move it along, Nicholas.
No further questions, Your Honor. I've proved my point.
Do you have any cross hope?
No, I don't.
Chicky, thank you for coming up.
Thank you, Chicky.
It's very brave of you.
We appreciate your bravery
Thank you.
during this difficult time. Please go gather yourself.
Lock him up.
Real quick, W in the chat to Candace, who sent in 10, who said parking fee for being able to attend court as a viewer. Thank you so much.
Okay, Hope, who do you have next?
Is Parker's in the chat? They've submitted, but I don't know if they wanted to come up.
Your Honor, I have a question.
Yes.
Is it acceptable and permissible by this court for me to, from time to time, step away from the camera to attend to my cat?
Do you value your cat more than your freedom?
Are you telling me not to take care of my child, Your Honor?
Do you not place importance on these proceedings?
I place extreme importance on these proceedings, but I also place extreme importance on the well-being of my cat and the happiness of my cat. As a responsible cat owner should.
You have my permission to care for your cat, provided that you provide said cat pictures in the Discord.
Bam Bam, where are you? Come here. He doesn't come to the camera right now. He's being shy.
Okay, you can input that into the Discord.
I will.
That would be acceptable. Okay, Parkers, thank you for coming up. I feel like we know each other. Have we met before?
No.
Okay, good. So do you swear to tell at least some of the truth part of the time?
According to my math, yes.
Excellent. Okay, Hope, please proceed.
Parkhurst has actually submitted a witness statement and has also been brave enough to come up here to speak her truth.
Thank you. I, Hannah Rose Parkhurst, solemnly swear to tell as much of the truth as I can think of. On the evening in question, while the usual gaming group, comprised of Brett, Hope, and their allegedly loyal companion Izzy, was gathered and awaiting his presence, I bore witness to a shocking betrayal. Izzy, rather than joining his steadfast friends, as expected, was found in the Hector Talks Discord voice channel, engaging in a game of virtual Pictionary. While I was merely lurking, observing the chaos, and for the record, laughing at Hector's atrocious drawings attempts, which were, without exaggeration, an affront to art itself, Izzy was actively participating. He played through multiple rounds, fully immersed, while Brett and Hope searched for him, calling his name in their time of need. This evidence demonstrates that Izzy willfully abandoned his friends in favor of another group, leaving them bewildered
Objection, Your Honor.
and betrayed.
What is your objection?
They were live. They weren't gaming.
Overruled for right now. I'd like to hear the witness complete the statement, and you'll have your chance to cross-examine. You will have your chance to ask questions.
Therefore, I submit this testimony as undeniable proof of his defection. Signed, H.R. Parkhurst.
Thank you. Hope, do you have any questions?
Your Honor, just one comment. I'd like to have Nicholas C. Esquire give a little latitude to the judge.
I appreciate that, Hope. Nicholas, this is your chance to cross-examine.
Are you sure they were gaming that evening?
Yes, we were playing Pictionary. Well, they were playing Pictionary. And again, I was laughing at the atrocious art being played and the suggestions that Hector kept going with. For some reason, his first guess was always dolt, no matter how many letters were presented.
Did
1 second, Thickless. So, the queen of the courtroom, my wife Nikki, said objection. Teacup was in the room again. Just wanted to throw that out.
I'd like to point out that I am only teacupping so that I may communicate with my lawyer, as is our attorney-client privilege.
Continue, Thickless.
who all was playing Pictionary that evening?
So there was Hector. There was John. There was Izzy. There was Ash. There was someone called Mel, who is very good at guessing animals.
Do you recall if Izzy received a phone call at any point during this Pictionary game?
I don't, because I didn't recognize that it was Izzy at first, since his Discord name is different than his TikTok name. So I wasn't paying attention, because I don't actually care about people that much.
Interesting. Sounds to me like you're simply biased against my defendant.
No, I don't really know him.
Isn't it true that on that evening, the defendant received a phone call from Brett in the middle of a live?
Not during Pictionary that I recall.
As I seem to understand it, Miss Parkhurst, he absolutely did. So are you saying that your powers of perception might not be as strong as you originally led the court to believe?
No, my powers of perception are perfectly fine, and I am expressing most of the truth to my intent.
Interesting. No further questions, Your Honor.
Hope, do you have any redirect?
No, I do not.
Okay. Brett, did you have something to say?
Yes, I was just informed once again by my lovely wife, Nikki, that pursuant to this case, I just need to throw something else out. Izzy, when I was in Austin, when me and Nikki were in Austin, did we not both contact you and Hector, and both of y'all?
I'm sorry, when you and Nikki were both in Austin?
Yes, for the shoe thing?
For the shoe thing?
All right, never mind. Hector's next on trial for abandoning.
No, hold on. What shoe thing?
We can discuss this later.
This seems like a separate issue. This is not a matter for this trial.
Yeah,
This seems relevant because you're mixing up your friends.
No, I wasn't mixing up my friends. I was requesting clarification.
Okay.
I was seeing if you were going to lie. I rest. I don't know what I'm doing, but I rest.
As opposed to me, who knows exactly what's going on right now. All right, Parkers, thank you for coming up. And thank you for telling part of the truth some of the time.
Thank you so much, Parker.
Anytime.
Hope, what's next?
I have a witness statement from Dano.
Please proceed. Is Dano coming up?
No.
Okay.
Okay. I, Dano, am writing the statement to provide a detailed account of my observations and experiences regarding Izzy's recent dishonesty within our friendship. It is important for me to articulate my feelings and the impact of his actions on our relationship. I have known Izzy for 4 months, during which time I have always considered him to be a close and trusted friend. Throughout our friendship, we have shared numerous experiences on lives. However, I feel compelled to address the unsettling changes I have witnessed in his behavior recently, which have led to feeling of distress and disappointment. As I reflect on our friendship, I remember the initial moments that brought us together through redacting people. I reached out to Izzy to play Faz, a game which I have never played. This history, which I hold dear, makes it all more difficult to confront the current situation. Over the months, I have thought Izzy was smart and a good friend. Throughout the experience, I have learned Izzy is not. He only values you day by day, and if you're playing a game he wants, he'll join, unless he has other friends online. He deliberately ignores game requests from me and others and waits days to respond, and then says, "Oh, I was busy." I hope my account will help clarify the circumstances surrounding Izzy's behavior, as I believe it is crucial for both of us to understand the effects of dishonesty. Thank you for taking the time to read my statement. I sincerely hope this experience can be addressed constructively.
Thank you. Dan, are you in the chat? Hope, is your witness in the chat?
As I understand it, that was not Dano, that was Gaming Chicky, according to some comments.
It was Gaming Chicky. I don't believe Dano was feeling up to being here due to...
He doesn't need to join. He doesn't need to come live. I just want to know if he's able to answer some questions.
Busy. He is
busy,
he said.
Okay. So in lieu of Thickless being able to question him directly, Thickless, I would like to give you a minute just to respond to that with anything you'd like to say or any pushback.
I'll ask the prosecution directly. Has this individual not stated that he would never redact Izzy?
He didn't state he would never. He said that he stated that they would redact people together.
Oh, well, it's interesting. He seems to be on the war against my client by redacting him multiple times.
Hey, shush, I'm in court!
No further questions.
also add that the witness has also redacted many members of the crosswalk, and it doesn't.
Relevance, Your Honor.
Sustained. That is not relevant to this trial. Hope, do you have any further witnesses?
I do. I have. Let me get back to that. I have Noah, and I have Pumpkin, or Bunter.
Will either of them be coming up live?
No, I will be reading witness statements.
Excellent. Okay, please proceed with Noah.
Okay. This is where I have to turn off my camera.
If you're talking right now, Hope, we can't hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear you when you're teacupped.
Real quick, while we're figuring out these technical difficulties, Nikki wants to know, we can have Whataburger in court? Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly, Crow. I'm just curious why my defendant cannot face his accusers.
I'm right here.
In the meantime, while we're doing this break, can you play the Law and Order theme?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
By the way, I do gotta say, your outfit, the accent, fucking top tier, brother.
I paid for this to be delivered quickly.
I love it.
And then on a break during work today, I was like, oh man, what am I gonna do with my hair? And then I was like, I'm gonna paint it white. So my hair is like temporarily gray, and so is my beard. I
fucking love it.
We're here for it.
He texted me earlier today, excited with everything that he was ready to have for this specifically.
I love it. Hope, we couldn't hear if you were reading off his.
Yeah, I realized that, so I emailed it to myself.
I would just like to point out to those who are here attending court, along with our lovely jury members, not a single person up here has been redacted yet, and that is a little disappointing, I have to say.
You just let us know when you're ready, Hope, and I'll pause it.
Oh, I'm ready. I was just jamming.
I can hear. I'm gonna let my dog out.
Nikki said, how do I redact the host? 155, and we're redacted.
155, and this becomes a bench trial, we'll call it. Izzy, take it up with Nikki. She's in charge.
Nikki said, not worth it.
Okay, I'm gonna start with Noah's testimony.
Hope, hold on a second. Stasia, Brett, she wants me to ask you about the first redact that he received.
Oh, shit. Hey. It was ridiculous. Thank you so much, Stasia. Thank you so much, Stasia. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Stasia.
Chicanery. What was the message?
So I fucked it up. It said drop thick right as he turns on the camera for a second. Like as soon as you turned on the camera.
All right, Hope, go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to be reading the testimony. I'm going to try. It's very emotional. I'm going to try to read this testimony from Noah. So it was submitted Wednesday, March 19th, 2025. Name, Noah. I, Noah, am submitting this statement to document the absolute failure of a man known as Izzy, or Haley, JD, Shia, Jeff K. Pop Osmond. A man who will not only abandon his son, Brett Michael Cross. Sorry, it's very emotional. In his time of need, but continues to act like he's some kind of noble figure when he is anything but.
I'd like to make an objection here. Of the facts.
Speak.
That is not my son.
Izzy,
It has been well.
you have
it
an
has been
attorney.
well-
Izzy, your attorney can make objections.
I'd also like to add that Izzy has not been here since the beginning, so he doesn't know the history between Brett and Noah.
Objection? The beginning of what, Your Honor? Time?
Can you say that again?
The beginning of the crosswalk.
Ah, yes.
Izzy cannot speak on that. Neither can Nicholas, what is his name? C. Esquire.
The third?
The third.
Thank you.
Let me make, where'd my Sharpie go? Anyway.
Please proceed with the
Continue,
statement.
Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you. Brett was just a kid who needed Izzy. He wasn't asking for much, just the bare minimum, really. A little support, a little guidance, maybe someone who actually showed up when it mattered. But Izzy, he bailed. When Brett needed him, Izzy found every excuse in the book to be somewhere else. He said he was going through a lot. Said he needed to clear his head. Funny how clearing his head involved playing video games with other friends instead of being by his child's side.
Objection? Foundation?
Overruled.
It's been clearly established that Brett is in fact Izzy's father.
Already overruled.
I would like to seek a paternity test.
You know, you seem to be spoiling for a 60-second mute.
Permission to approach the bench?
Proceed.
I'm gonna get real upset. I'm gonna be so salty. I'm gonna do a bad court thingy.
Step back.
Okay.
Can I proceed? There's not much left.
Please go ahead.
Okay. This wasn't some minor slip up. Brett needed him, and Izzy was supposed to be there. A real father would have stepped up. A real father would have fought for his kid, not run away like he was. I don't know if I can say this part. I don't know if I can say this part. Izzy, please just remember that Noah wrote this, not I. Not run away like he was dodging imaginary orders from the military he claims to have served under.
Stolen valor.
Parentheses. By the way, if you've ever heard Izzy talk about his time as an army medic, just know he's stolen valor, and closest he's gotten to army was playing battleships. At the end of the day, Brett deserved better. He deserved a father, not some wannabe who couldn't be there for his own son. Signed, Noah.
Thank you for that very emotional testimony, Hope. Nicholas.
Objection! I'm Izzy's daddy.
Exactly.
Well, I don't need to ask that question now. Just a question for the prosecution. How would his closest experience to the Army be battleships when clearly that's the Navy? Wouldn't it be boy soldiers? No further questions.
W in the chat to Beverly, who said, redact the prosecutor as I don't like her tone about Izzy.
I can still hear her.
W in the chat, Beverly. Holy shit, I don't know how I feel about Nicholas and Hope being close enough to throw fisticuffs. Think with Narnia.
Nicholas, do you have anything else to say?
No further questions, Your Honor.
Excellent.
May I ask a question to my attorney, please?
Sure.
Is your courtroom on platform 9 3/4?
No.
I just need to know. Oh, no. Okay.
You went straight through that wall, brother.
No, don't. This isn't real back here. Don't tell me.
Oh, okay.
Are you two in the same court? Are any of you in the same courtroom?
I'm not even in a courtroom.
We're in a state of court, Your Honor.
It depends on what you think court is.
Where is here, after all?
I'm still in here in my gingerbread house, honestly. Okay, Hope. Do you have any further witnesses?
I just have a quick statement from Bunter Hayden, who.
Okay, and
also,
will there be anyone else after that?
Nope, this is my final witness.
I believe that you had petitioned the court.
Oh, that's right. That's right, I did. After this, I have Brett Cross, witness.
Excellent. Please proceed.
Okay. So Bunter Hayden wrote, I haven't seen Izzy in streams on TikTok or Twitch in a while. Does that help? LOL.
Thank you for sharing that very compelling testimony. Nicholas, do you have a response?
I have no questions, Your Honor.
All right. So we are calling Brett Cross to the stand.
Give me 1 second.
The court does not appreciate
Put on the good bandana.
I'm back. I just got my special edition, the Crow Bible, to put my hand on.
Excellent.
I've been holding up books this whole time. I didn't even think about that.
Now, do you swear to tell some of the truth part of the time?
Hell yeah.
Excellent. Please proceed. And just before you do, I want to establish that the prosecution did petition the court to treat the witness as hostile and has been granted.
I throw fists back.
That's why we have a bailiff.
Okay, awesome.
In fact, I do think it would be appropriate to bring the bailiff up at this point, given the threats that the witness is making.
Is Cole in here?
I'd like to add that the comments, they are trying to discredit the judge, and that will not be tolerated.
Excellent. Our bailiff is now present, so Brett, I would warn you. Please
Chill
behave
out,
yourself.
buddy. Chill out.
Yes, sir.
All right, Hope, please proceed.
Can you state your name, please, for the jury?
Brett Cross.
Can you explain what brought you here today?
Well, I thought there was a song that I used to listen to. It said, Izzy played it to me one time, and he said, you got a friend in me. And, I thought I had a friend in him.
Anyway, can you describe what your relationship has been with the defendant how long have you known each other?
We've known each other for quite an extended period of time. We used to hang out quite a bit until he started, abandoning me.
Mm-hmm. And how would you describe your friendship prior to these abandonments?
It was great. We would hold hands and skip and chase jellyfish and all sorts of things. This is partly true, Your Honor.
They have held hands, Your Honor. Can you describe the events in which we're here today, in your own words?
Yeah, so we were all trying to play fast one night, and can't get a hold of Izzy, even though he knew we were going to stream and play. And he said, sorry, I'm playing with my other friends. And I let it go because I thought, everybody makes mistakes. But then he turns around just to tell us that he's going to Thailand, and he didn't even invite anybody. I don't care if I wasn't able to go. He should have asked. That is what friends do. And then the other day we're talking about Izzy. He acts like he's in here, but he is in Hector's live thing, playing Pictionary, and we called upon him several times, sent him several invites, and it wasn't until I called him up and shamed him on to being in the live that he finally came, sort of.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Nicholas, do you have any questions?
I do, Your Honor. You said that sometimes people make mistakes, correct?
Yeah.
What mistake exactly did my client make?
The mistake is that he said that he was my friend, and he bailed on me.
Interesting. So by playing a video game with somebody other than the group, he bailed on you. Is that correct?
Hearsay.
You don't get to tell me it's hearsay. That's not how this works.
He what was the question again?
Objection. Badgering the lawyer.
Sustained.
Thank you.
Bailiff, please help keep the witness in check.
Are you saying? I apologize, Bailiff. Go ahead.
I was about to say, the prosecution has left. They need to come back, please. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you saying that by playing the game Phasmophobia with another person, that he abandoned the group? Is that what you're saying?
Well, when he had said that he was going to be playing.
Did you invite Izzy to your morning Phasmophobia games?
I haven't been playing morning Phas games.
Not
lately.
That can't be true. I've certainly watched your Twitch lives in the morning to watch you play Phasmophobia.
When was the last time?
I gotta scroll back. I don't actually have the fucking date in front of me. Within the last 30 days.
I mean, once or twice.
You acknowledged me in the morning as a matter of fact when I popped into your live.
Is it correct or is it not correct that Izzy is in school during
the witness does not get to ask questions.
To ask me questions?
The witness does not get to ask questions.
Izzy's at school, so he can't.
Sir, no more.
Can you prove he's in school? Or are you just
going
claiming
by his
that
word?
So you don't have to invite him?
Objection, Your Honor. He's not asking who he plays with in the morning.
It's not relevant.
It is relevant.
You know,
He's playing with other people. It was never asked, oh, who are these friends? We never asked who the friends were that he played with.
Your Honor, it has relevance.
Defendant is
Why didn't we ask? Then who did Izzy play with then?
He wouldn't tell us.
Hope you'll get your chance to redirect. So I'm going to overrule for right now, but you'll get your chance to ask another set of questions.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Also, you said he didn't invite you somewhere. Where exactly was that?
Thailand.
Your Honor, I'd like to present Exhibit B to the court, if I may.
Please proceed.
All right. Brett, can you tell me what this is?
A map.
Oh, okay. Could you tell me roughly where on the map this is? This area?
I can't see it. It's too small.
I'll zoom in for you. I'll zoom in. We've got China there, correct? That says China?
Witness is old, needs glasses.
China, correct?
Yes, correct.
Where is Thailand on this map?
I can't see the map well enough to point it out.
Where's Thailand on this map? I see India there. I see Africa over here, but strangely enough, I don't see Thailand. Interesting. Interesting.
Is that a map from this century?
It certainly is.
Once again, the witness does not get to ask questions.
So it could be assumed then that based on this map, Thailand doesn't exist. No further questions, Your Honor.
You hope.
Your Honor, I'd like to ask the witness who he plays video games with in the morning.
Mostly myself.
But you also have someone you play with. Who would that be?
My son.
Okay. And the reason I bring relevance is you had Grant.
Objection, Your Honor. It's already been established that Izzy is Brett's son.
They can have more than one.
Sustained.
He said son.
That's right. Sustained. Witness, it would please clarify which son.
Hold on 1 second, guys.
Oh. Interesting.
Hold on. I just got a message that we will have to continue this at a further time, as I have to go and take care of something.
Okay.